Guys, welcome to yet another Robocraft video, and today, as you've probably realized from the title already, I will be showing you guys how to triforce your robot. Now, this episode is going to be mainly aimed towards your guns. So if you're mainly having trouble with your movement parts or just main bulking of your bot, make sure you subscribe so you get that notification when I release another episode, because I will be covering those topics in a later on video. So let's get right into it. Let's start off with one connection point guns, and these are mainly your SMGs, your plasmas, your nanos, your rails, not your megas, and not your tier 10 guns. So basically anything that's not a PSK or a mega or one of the tier 10 guns. So basically we're just going to use a tier 10 SMG to show you. So it's basically any gun that only connects to one block on one side. Now the way you're going to want to, or the reason you're going to want to triforce these is if you have no triforcing at all. So example, you just have your block there. They can either, the enemy can either shoot at your gun and take out its 34,000 health, or it can just break this one block at 2,100 health, and then you lose your gun. Because if everything, like, if you have your bot down here, right? You have your bot here. This is your bot. This is your gun. If they shoot this off, your gun's gonna disappear, and your bot's not gonna have that one gun now. Now, the reason, and that's the reason why you want to triforce them, and basically I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. So, what you're gonna want to do is you do not want to direct damage into this block. This is the one block that cannot break, okay? So I'm gonna be using edge blocks, but once again, if you're making a mech or a tank build, you're gonna want to use edge round. And if you are making hover or something that's a bit lighter, you're going to want to use edges or edge slopes. And now that we've got that covered, I'm going to show you guys my quick way of doing the first layer triforcing. Yes, I said the first, as in you can add multiple layers. Generally, this is how it'll look. Reason for this is because, as you can see, it's all red, so it's not connecting to this, which means that if you shoot in any direction at this, you'll either hit the gun or you'll hit the red part, and this red part isn't connected to that block, so it's fine. Now the way to connect this is under this you'd have your actual bot itself, and then these will redirect damage around it and into the bot itself and not actually affect the connection point. And now you can add multiple layers, so I could, just add multiple layers here, but we won't do that for now. But if you want to add a second layer now, so you don't think that the one layer is enough, you want to add a second layer, there are multiple ways to do this. One way that I see a lot of people doing layers like this is they'll do something that looks like this. And I'm about to show you guys why I don't think this is good. Now, the reason why you should trust me is, I've been playing Robocraft for a while now, a few months, in fact, like a year now or something like that. And I know a lot about triforcing. I'm a guy who's really heavy on triforcing, and this is what it generally looks like, right? And I don't think this is good, because if you take a hit, right, it's gonna go all the way around in a donut form, and it's just gonna keep going, and you have all the space you can be using for other stuff. So when it's just gonna go around, and then it's just gonna go down. You don't want it to go around, because if you get railed here while you're getting plasma from the back, or if you get a rail and then there's a SMG or something in the back that's shooting at you, the rail's going to take out this part, and then the SMG can just shoot you here and there, and it's game over from there for your gun. Now you do not want that. I'll show you guys how I do it. What you're going to want to do is you have this nice 3x3 here. You see the 3x3, the 3x3. Now this is the part that you're actually going to be wanting to protect, but you don't want it to do the whole donut part that we just talked about. So what you're going to want to do is you want to have doubles on two sides and then singles on one side. You see what I mean? You have the two with the one space in the middle, and here you have just the one. And you're going to repeat it so it's nice and symmetrical. And the way we're going to want to finish it off is for these, you're going to put diagonal, so you're going to copy it like this. And then for these, you're going to put it like that, so it mirrors this. So you're going to have a nice line right here, a nice corner of all the same directional blocks. Same thing for here, right? And then for here, generally what I'll do is I'll go something like this. So if it's a smaller gun, like example, we have tier 1 guns for some reason. If you really want to try force a tier 1 gun, then you do have the option to connect something on top. But not only that, it avoids connections on the bottom. So if example you want to have a line right here, for example, right? Yes, it will connect to this, but it will not connect via this because this one's upside down and it does not connect. So basically, if you want to if it's on an arm of a mech or something, and this is your arm and this is the hand of your bot or your mech, and you have a gun on the tip of your hand or something like this is nice because then you can have your line going into it, or your skeleton, or whatever, however you want to call it, the main thing that's holding your gun onto your bot. Now, the reason why I like this design much more than the other one I showed was because it doesn't immediately just do a donut around. As you can see, these don't connect. These cut the circuit right here. Same thing with here, here, and here. If you get railed right here, for example, okay? If you have a rail enemy rail right here, and then you have an enemy SMG, let's say right here, okay? If you get shot by the rail, poof, right here, that's gone. These are gonna go, but then none of this is connected. It's not connected, which means that that damage is gonna be transferred downwards. So it's gonna go into these three. Generally, here's where you have another support layer or something, and it'll go downwards and not go in a loop. Which means that after your rail shoots you, right, you lost your 3 blocks, and now if the SMG shoots you, poof, he still has to break the second layer, and then break the first layer, and then break your main core, which is holding your gun. Now, this is the main reason why I like this design slightly more than other designs for double triforcing. I find it to be much more effective in a lot of situations. So that's 1 connection guns. Now for for multiple connection guns. So example, PSK. PSK is similar. Basically, it's the same concept, but not exactly the same thing. So basically, the block that was your support. So if I turn off mirror mode here, basically, if I get a gun again, this block right here is basically replaced by the block that comes with the attached to PSK. So generally what you'll do is something of the same sort. Just quickly I'll show you guys. It's basically just the same thing, but you have this block to replace it, the block that you would have put down. Now for multiple guns, I actually have, if you check out my name on the CRF, ignore that person. Basically, if you check out my name on the CRF at MicrowavablezZz with 3 Z's at the end, you'll see I have this one, which has the triforcing of guns a bit. The bulk triforcing, this is for, I think, a missile. And this is singular gun connection points. And it also helps in the description, read that. I also have this one, which is the premium one I made a while back. And this is the most recent version. This is for tier 10 guns. So you got your PSK, and this is your shotgun, and so on and so forth. You'll see all of this here, and this is how I triforce everything, or most of my guns at least. Come check this out. Feel free to buy it if you want. It's mostly just blocks. You can inventory forge this stuff. It's honestly, it's not hard. Most people have enough blocks for that type of thing. So might as well go buy it if you can. Now if you can't, I'll quickly show you guys what's up. Now for example of Flak, the last one I'll show. But for example, Flak, basically you're gonna have to, whoa, there we go. You're gonna have to triforce each one of these, and then you want to connect them, type thing. There's these 5 points you're gonna wanna have. Basically, you want these 5 points to be connected to everything. That'll be it for this episode. Feel free to like if you like the video, comment anything down below. If you want to message me anything, you can message me in game or add me as a friend in game. I'd gladly accept it. And basically, yeah, just make sure you subscribe if you're looking forward to future episodes. And I'll see you next time. Peace.